Hello guys, today I'm gonna show you how to make this manipulation. So let's begin. First, let's open the background. Press Ctrl Shift U to desaturate the background. Then let's bring the woman. Place it around here. And click OK. Right click on the layer and choose rasterize layer. Press Ctrl Shift and U to desaturate that layer. Now we're gonna add some curves. Go to the adjustments, curves, and click on these options to make it as a clipping mask. Get the middle point and move it to the right just a little. And go on this last point and move it up. Something like that. Now let's bring the skulls. This one right here. Place it here and let's transform it. Make it a little small. Place it there. Click OK. Control Shift and U to desaturate that layer. First of all, let's right click on the layer and rasterize layer. Control Shift U and click on the woman layer and let's move the woman a little, something like this. So go back to the skulls. Now we're gonna make some we're gonna add some brightness and contrast. Click here to make it as a clipping mask, and on brightness we're gonna put -75. On contrast 15. Let's make a new layer and we're gonna paint black on this left side. So get a brush, black, and let's paint this area. And set the blend mode to soft light, opacity around 50. Now let's bring the other images. So we're gonna place this here, click OK, set the blend mode to screen, and the opacity around 75. Now let's move the layer below the woman. Right click and rasterize layer. Now we're gonna add some brightness and contrast. Click on this option for a clipping mask and we're gonna put brightness -150 and contrast 100. Now we're gonna click right here on this layer and we're gonna bring the other image. It's gonna be this last skull. set the blend mode to a screen so we can see through, and put it somewhere right here. Click OK. Right click and rasterize layer, Control Shift U to desaturate, and we're gonna set the opacity to around 45 to 50. Let's add a brightness and contrast and put brightness -150 and contrast 100, and don't forget to click this option to make it as a clipping mask. So now we have this called transparent, barely visible, but it looks good. Yes, I'm gonna place it here, there. Now I'm gonna click on the woman layer and I'm gonna add a layer mask. I'm gonna erase some parts on the lower part of the woman. So get the brush tool and just erase the edges. Just pass the brush around the edges to make it little transparent. Something like that. Go on top, click on the top layer, and we're gonna make a dodge and burn layer. I already show you how to make an action for that, so click that and get the burn tool, and let's burn here and here. Also burn the skulls. I'm not really burning the skulls. What I'm doing is burning the background so it makes it look like the shadow for the skulls. And I'm gonna pass just one time on the whole skull to make it a little darker on the dark areas. So now let's go to the skulls. Right here on this one, on this layer, make a layer mask for that. Choose the brush and let's choose this brush, and we're gonna paint or erase here. Just brush like that, and you will see these lines. Like that, like you can see, we make it look like it's grass. So now let's click on the dodge and burn layer, and we're gonna make a selection. So press and hold Control key and click on the woman layer. So we have the woman selected and the dodge and burn layer selected. Go to the dodge tool and we're gonna lighten this area, this dark area of the woman. We're gonna make it lighter. So with the dodge tool and 20% exposure, with the range midtones, just make this area lighter like this. And control D to deselect. So now we're gonna add a gradient map. So choose the gradient map, click there and choose this one. It's gonna be the purple, green and orange. If you don't have this one, I think you might have it, but if you don't, type these numbers. On the orange, type 6F156C. Click OK. On the middle one, on the green, type 00601B. And on the orange one or yellow is gonna be FD7C00. Click OK, click OK, and set the blend mode to soft light. Set the opacity to 50. Let's add some levels. Choose levels, and we're gonna put this to 240. Let's add some color balance. Go to color balance. On midtones and on red we're gonna put 34. So now we're gonna make a stamp for this. Click Control Alt Shift E, and we're gonna make this a little bit sharper. So go to filter, sharpen, on sharp mask, amount 150, radius 1 pixel, threshold 10 levels. Click OK, and I'm gonna change the opacity to 50. So now let's make another stamp. Control Shift Alt E, and we're gonna add some vignette around it. Go to filter, lens correction, custom, and on vignette amount, type or move this -50. Click OK. Now I'm gonna use a plugin that I have for Photoshop that is gonna make this image pop out a little bit better, and it's gonna look amazing. So the filter or the plugin I'm gonna use is called Nik Software Color Effects Pro. From here I'm gonna choose Bleach Bypass, and I'm gonna choose the increase detail. Then I'm gonna click OK. And like you can see, the details looks better. It pop out the picture or the image more, and for me it looks awesome, it looks wonderful. But I'm gonna lower the opacity to 50. If you have this plugin, you can leave the opacity to 100 or change it to 50 or whatever, but for me it's gonna be 50 because the original image that I showed you when I first started this tutorial, it was on 50, so I'm gonna leave it on 50. So this is the end result that we have achieved today. And like I said, if you don't have the plugin or the filter, you can achieve this by using, I think you can do that by using the other high pass. Just increase the radius. And change the blend mode to soft light. Well, it didn't have the same result as the plugin, but if you can see, it makes a little difference. So that's without the high pass filter, and this is with the high pass, so it looks more dramatic. but I'm gonna use my plugin right here. So yeah, that's my result. So I hope you like this tutorial and play with the options and see what you ended up with. Thank you and see you next time.